Nicole Murphy, you're disgusting. You sat on that couch and you laughed. It ain't no moment, it's a mess. You wrong for that. You the type of women that let these men be.
LisaRaye McCoy recently reignited the long-standing drama surrounding her marriage to former husband Michael Masick and the role Nicole Murphy allegedly played in its breakdown. In an interview with Carlos King, LisaRaye made it clear that she hasn't forgiven Nicole for her involvement, calling out the betrayal she felt when Nicole was linked to Masick during their marriage. Her remarks, filled with raw emotion, brought the scandal back into the spotlight as fans and observers weighed in on the issue. The fallout from this public dispute has sparked renewed discussion online, with many revisiting the infamous affair that had once made headlines. For LisaRaye, the emotional scars of that time remain fresh, and despite the years that have passed, she expressed no willingness to reconcile with Nicole. The interview has not only stirred public interest in the past but also renewed conversations about loyalty, betrayal, and the complexities of relationships within the celebrity world. During the interview, LisaRaye McCoy was candid about the deep hurt she felt from Nicole Murphy's actions, especially given that she once considered Nicole a close friend. "You don't do that to someone you call a sister," LisaRaye said, her voice filled with a mix of pain and lingering resentment. Reflecting on the betrayal, LisaRaye emphasized that the emotional scars left by such an act were difficult to heal. She noted that once trust is broken, it becomes incredibly hard to rebuild, underscoring the long-lasting impact of what she perceived as a betrayal, not only by her ex-husband but also by someone she had once trusted as family. However, the drama didn't stop there. For the first time since Nicole Murphy's infamous involvement with LisaRaye's former husband Eddie Murphy broke his silence. The legendary comedian, who shares a history with Nicole due to their previous marriage, threw his support behind LisaRaye and didn't mince words about Nicole's character. Eddie made it clear that he was on LisaRaye's side, expressing disappointment over Nicole's actions and emphasizing the importance of loyalty and trust in relationships. His comments added another layer to the already explosive situation, fueling public interest and further igniting the ongoing feud between the two women. Eddie reportedly called Nicole a gold digger who prioritized financial gain above all else. His harsh assessment came as a surprise to some but made sense to others, considering their shared past. "She's always been about the money," Eddie allegedly remarked, referencing Nicole's history of high-profile relationships with wealthy men. This bold statement reignited the conversation around Nicole's personal life, further complicating the already tense situation. It also led to a surge of public debate, with some supporting Eddie's perspective while others criticized his comments as an attack on Nicole's character. Regardless, Eddie's words added fuel to the ongoing drama, cementing the rift between the former friends and amplifying the ongoing feud. Their complicated history dates back to 2005, when Eddie and Nicole divorced after 13 years of marriage. The split was attributed to lifestyle differences, career pressures, and personal growth. As part of the divorce settlement, Nicole reportedly walked away with a hefty $15 million payout. However, her financial windfall didn't last long. Following the divorce, Nicole's romantic entanglements with wealthy men, including the controversial relationship with LisaRaye's ex-husband, Eddie Murphy's former friend, and other high-profile figures, added fuel to the public's perception of her as someone focused on financial gain. The combination of her high-profile breakups and Eddie's public comments reignited debates about Nicole's motivations and character, further complicating her relationship with LisaRaye and others in the entertainment industry. This series of misfortunes led to a dramatic shift in her financial stability, contributing to her reputation as someone constantly struggling to maintain her wealth and relationships. Faced with mounting financial pressures, Nicole found herself in a challenging position. Public perception of her as a socialite driven by wealth only intensified as she appeared in the headlines linked to various wealthy men. Her relationships with prominent figures in the entertainment industry often fueled tabloid rumors, further cementing her gold digger label in the public eye. Nicole faced a devastating financial setback when she was swindled out of $10 million by a former romantic partner, Tony Stratos. According to reports, Stratos convinced Nicole to invest in what turned out to be a fraudulent business scheme, leaving her with only a fraction of her settlement. To make matters worse, as her children with Eddie reached adulthood, her substantial child support payments also dwindled. The combination of the financial fraud and the reduction in child support payments put Nicole in a challenging financial position, further complicating her already tumultuous relationship with money. Meanwhile, LisaRaye has continued to speak openly about the painful chapter in her life. She has emphasized that her issue was not only with Nicole's actions but also with the breach of trust between supposed friends. "You expect loyalty from those closest to you," LisaRaye said during her interview. Her remarks resonated with fans who have followed her journey through personal and professional highs and lows. As the dust from this renewed controversy settles, it serves as a reminder of how past mistakes and personal betrayals can linger in the public consciousness. Both LisaRaye and Nicole Murphy have weathered their fair share of personal challenges, but it seems that for LisaRaye, some wounds still run deep. The unfolding narrative continues to captivate the public, reflecting the complexities of love, loyalty, and the consequences of broken trust in the often unforgiving spotlight of fame. Nicole was desperate to reclaim her losses and return to the lavish Hollywood lifestyle she had enjoyed while married to Eddie Murphy. To do that, she needed a wealthy partner to fund her lifestyle. The problem was, Nicole didn't seem to care where the money came from, even if it meant getting involved with her friends' rich husbands. Nicole went on a roll, holding on to any man who was rich that crossed her path. While she was called out a few times for crossing boundaries and messing with people's relationships, she continued her pursuit of wealth and luxury, regardless of the consequences. This pattern of behavior only further damaged her reputation, earning her the label of a gold digger, and further alienating her from those who once considered her a friend. Husbands, but things got heated up when she was called out for messing with LisaRaye's husband Antoine Fuqua, and girl, it was a mess for Nicole. She tried to get ahead of the situation that they were just family friends that were just giving each other a friendly hello. Now, rumors swirled around that. Eddie forced her to apologize because the last thing he needed was bad PR, as pictures of Nicole kissing Antoine Fuqua hit the internet around the time when a movie he starred in was dropping. A few weeks later, Nicole appeared as a guest on the Wendy Williams show. When asked about the photos with Antoine Fuqua and the resulting drama, she apologized and wished she had thought of the backlash her actions were going to spark, and she also denied putting out the statement that was released. "I know, trust me, Wendy, trust me, Wendy, trust me, I wish it didn't happen." Okay, well, I think it was a moment where I should have thought more through the situation, made better judgments, so it's something that I apologize for. What happened was there was a statement that was released. I did not, it sounds like you're referencing an interview or a statement made by someone explaining their whereabouts and situation. Here's a refined version of that. I was actually on the airplane coming back from Europe. I had been in Italy at a film festival, but it was all for business. I was meeting with some designers out there as well, handling business matters, and there were familiar faces around. It just happened that way. But to clarify, no, I didn't wake up in the morning when all of this happened. I was actually at the pool. We were on a different time zone, so things were a bit off. This context gives a sense of the speaker's experience and how they were managing the situation while traveling for work. Zone. I was having a hard time staying awake, and I was drinking an espresso, that's it. And then there was that moment that shouldn't have happened. I regret it and I apologize for it now. However, not everyone bought Nicole's apology, with one of the most vocal critics being LisaRaye. She made it clear that she didn't believe Nicole's actions were a mere mistake. In fact, LisaRaye suggested that Antoine Fuqua was just the latest target on Nicole's list. According to LisaRaye, the release of those photos wasn't accidental. She believed Nicole intentionally shared them to test the waters and gauge public reaction. This further fueled the tension between the two, as LisaRaye felt betrayed not just by the act itself but by the calculated nature of it. Frustrations, particularly in light of Nicole's continued involvement with high-profile men. Nicole's actions, particularly with LisaRaye's ex-husband and Lela Rochon's partner, seemed to have deepened Eddie's belief that Nicole's behavior aligns with patterns from their past. Sources suggest that Eddie wasn't shocked by these recent actions but viewed them as part of a larger history of behavior that led to the breakdown of their marriage. The accusations of Nicole targeting wealthy men and her friends' husbands to maintain her lavish lifestyle only strengthened the narrative that Eddie has constructed around her. This has added fuel to the public discourse surrounding Nicole's relationships and reputation, painting her in a more controversial light. Whether or not Eddie's remarks are fully justified, they are certainly grounded in his personal experience with Nicole, which makes his frustrations understandable, even if harsh. The ongoing public narrative about Nicole's actions continues to contribute to her complicated image in the entertainment industry. Called Nicole a gold digger who would do anything for money, and yeah, Eddie is right, because messing with two of your friends' partners is another level of desperation, and what makes this whole thing wilder is Nicole looks like she doesn't care. People's opinions mean nothing to her as long as it doesn't affect her money, which is pretty sad. LisaRaye and Eddie Murphy calling Nicole a gold digger had fans talking, and they left comments saying Nicole isn't winning, she's just getting ran through. In this situation, Eddie Murphy and LisaRaye McCoy's strong words about Nicole Murphy certainly add a layer of complexity to the ongoing drama. Eddie's comments about Nicole being a gold digger reflect his personal frustrations with her past actions, while LisaRaye's comments underscore a sense of betrayal and trust that was broken, given their shared history. Whether Eddie and LisaRaye went too far in labeling Nicole as a gold digger ultimately depends on one's perspective. From Eddie's point of view, given their tumultuous marriage and his experiences with Nicole, it seems like he's using his personal history to validate his assessment of her. LisaRaye's stance, especially considering her own history with Nicole, also feels rooted in personal experience. However, accusations of this nature are serious, and they can be seen as a form of public shaming, which may or may not be fair depending on the true nature of Nicole's intentions and actions. It's clear, though, that Nicole's history with high-profile men and her involvement in these controversies continues to stir the pot. The real question is whether these labels will stick in the public eye or if they are just the result of personal vendettas playing out on the public stage. Ultimately, it all comes down to what you believe about the situation. Do you think Eddie and LisaRaye are justified based on their own experiences, or are their criticisms too harsh without definitive proof? It's a conversation that continues to spark debate online.